So I've created a series of chats for young adults that are not going to attend college. Now, if you haven't already done so, be sure to check out my previous video on the first steps you need to take after high school, because now we're on the second steps. So in my previous video, I talked about my focus for TC Tips, my YouTube channel, on young adults who may not be attending college. And we talked about you getting a job, that first job. We had talked about what might be your fears and your challenges that you're considering, and then what you've got to think about long term. So you're going to find on my YouTube channel that I have several videos that can help you. I've got videos for writing your resume when you don't have much experience, writing a resume when you do have experience, some great interview tips for you. It runs the gamut. So check those out and take advantage of those. The next thing that I want to talk about is you've gotten that job and now you're making a little money. So what you're going to do with that money that you make and your support system. So what do you do when you start making money? You probably are going to get really excited when you're ready to get that first paycheck. But what I want you to do is, before you even get it, think about what are the things that you need to do with it. So when it comes to your bills, think about things that you're going to need to pay for. Maybe your cell phone, gas, so that you can get back and forth to work. There are all types of little expenses. These are going to be your first steps toward financial independence. So some of you may have parents that actually have open checking accounts for you or savings accounts for you. If you have that situation, count your blessings. But a lot of people don't. So if you need to open an account, be sure to do that. I'm strongly going to suggest to you that you start working with a credit union. And I'll tell you why. Credit unions provide that personalized service. Usually when you go into them, they actually know you and remember who you are. They are great for starting a checking account, a savings account. They will help you with your first personal loan if you need one. They can help you with your first car loan. So it's the best idea. So if you don't already have that, take advantage. So once you have your account, no matter where it is, I'm going to encourage you to put $20 or $30 in there every time you get paid. It's a small amount, but I can promise you, if you start this habit early, you will build on that over time. And as you maybe make more money, increase that amount if you want to, but just start it as a habit of saving money every time you get paid. So budget. And I know you may be thinking that's a dirty word, but it's really not, and it's not anything that's real complicated. All I want you to do is think about what are the things that I really need to pay for, and be prepared for that up front. Set aside that money. If you decided to save that $20 or $30, but you already know you have that expense. And then you figure out what your play money is. And if you form this habit up front, you will never go wrong, and it'll be great, I promise. So let's talk about credit. So those 3 digits are really an adult report card. It's going to matter for the rest of your life, and the best thing I can tell you to do is start off right. So think about, do you already have a credit card? If you do, be really diligent with it. Pay it on time. You can actually pay it before you actually get a bill. I will tell you, there are so many YouTube videos out there that help you with understanding how to use a credit card. There are videos that will tell you what are the first credit cards you should use, the ones that don't charge fees, the ones that are the easiest to get. So that's what you need to think about. Be strategic about it. Don't just go out there willy-nilly and do it. There is a method to the madness, and this is going to be so important to the rest of your life. You may not know it, but your credit is going to follow you, and it matters when you get ready to do anything. Let's just say you decide to start a business. Your credit matters. It matters when you get your auto insurance and you're paying for that on your own and your parents aren't paying for it. It matters when it comes to getting an apartment. They look at your credit rating. So all of these things add up. If you are lucky enough for your parents to actually give you a car that is in their name, you may already start out with really good credit, then keep it. But always pay your bills on time. It matters. So a bonus suggestion I have for you regarding credit cards is avoid retail credit cards. And I'm going to tell you why. You may not even think about it, and they're really easy to get because retail stores want you to have their credit card. But if you think about it, over the long term, you'll be paying for something that you're not using anymore. You'll be paying for clothes you're not wearing anymore. You'll still be paying for shoes you're not wearing anymore. So try to avoid those. Just get a general credit card. If you can follow these steps, I promise you, you're going to be one of the smartest young people in your group. So let's talk about your support system. This includes your parents, your grandparents, anyone who's helping you out or who's there for you. Okay, please don't take them for granted. But also I want you to remember, they're not your gravy train. Okay, so you want to take advantage though of their wisdom and the advice that they can give you. I know sometimes it's easier to listen to your friends. Listen to your friends too, but think about people who have been where you are. You don't have to take everybody's advice, but take those nuggets from everybody that will really help you. But I strongly suggest you listen to the people in your life. So think about the people in your life that are older. You know, they do have connections, and those connections can help you along the way. But I also want you to think about starting to pay your own way. A lot of you are going to have parents who will tell you, oh, you don't need to pay any bills here, just, get started, which is great. But I still want to encourage you to make that offer. Making the offer goes a long way. Your parents will be they may say no, but they'll still feel really good that you actually offered to pay for something. So when others see that you're making an effort, that really makes them want to help you and be in your corner and continue to support you. So let's talk about living with your parents or with friends. Let's start with parents. Okay, so if you're fortunate enough to be able to stay with your parents for a while you're figuring out, I really want to encourage you to don't be a freeloader. Really think about starting to pay some of your bills. As an adult, for the rest of your life, you will have to take care of yourself. So if you can ease into it and pay a few bills at a time, that would be great. Now, if you've decided that you don't want to live with your parents, or maybe you can't live with your parents, then I would try to find roommates. Things are really expensive out there now. But here's what I'm going to caution you on. Before you pick up everything and decide to move, I'm going to be on my own, I'm going to be independent. I need you to think about something. Do not move out of the house broke. While you have the advantage of staying with your parents or whomever, put some money aside. You're going to have expenses. You don't want to move out and then you're strapped and you're living from paycheck to paycheck. And then in the end, you're still going to end up going back to somebody to get help or even moving back to your parents' house. And you don't want to do that. So the fact that you're here and watching this video means you're on the right track. Okay, what I'm going to provide for you is going to be ebooks and coaching programs that are going to help you with all of the things you need to move forward, all these things that I've talked about. Click on the link to my website. We're going to go through this journey together and we're going to keep it light and we're going to have a good time. See you later.